Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your second weekly reading with me. I'm Lauren Taylor. This is Universe Within, and this is your reading for the week of April 11th through the 17th. Hope you guys had a good week last week. We had a lot of good feedback, so that was awesome. Keep that coming because I want to keep this whole thing interactive. If you guys are watching from my YouTube channel, definitely find me on Facebook and I want to start some discussion so we can keep this open. But let's see what's going on. For Scorpio this week. All right, Scorpies, for your career and finance, we have Samhain. I really love this card. It looks like a darker card, but it's actually a really beautiful card. And we have the Mother of Earth. Okay. So what this is... somebody who's using all of their resources, all of them. They might be having to call in outside resources, like if you own a business or something, you might be having to call on for outside resources, or you might be having to, if you don't own a business, then you might just be having to call on other people for help. Yeah, I just feel like this is somebody who's looking at somebody for advice or looking at somebody else for like what to do or where to go next. Yeah. I'm not really feeling a whole lot. I think everything's just kind of like continuing from whatever's been going on. There's not really a whole bunch of newness that I'm feeling, anything major going on this week. I just think that you're having to kind of use all of your resources this week and maybe get some outside perspective. You might be having to look at somebody else for some advice or some help. I'm also feeling like you might be, if you are expecting a tax return, that might be coming this week. But yeah, that's really all I'm getting as far as the finances and career go. For your health and home, we have the Maiden of Water. And the Crone of Water. Okay, so this is somebody who has bottled up their emotions for a really, really, really long time. Or they've been just like bottling stuff up, saving stuff up, and now they're ready to unleash it all. They're ready to burst it out. They want to step out of their comfort zone. They want to get out of, their same old stuff. And they're ready to just kind of show the world. A lot of people this week are getting this where they're just kind of ready to show the world what they have. I mean, I'm living in Michigan. I know a lot of people that are viewing these videos are, fellow Michiganders, and we've been cooped up for quite some time now. Like literally it's been cold since October. I mean, we had a pretty mild winter, but it's still just been cold. And so I think, we're kind of ready to to bust out and get into some sun and get into some warmth, get down to the beach. We have beautiful Great Lakes. We obviously don't have dolphins in them, but we have beautiful Great Lakes, and I think, you know, we can all relate anyway up here in the Midwest to wanting to kind of burst out and stop feeling so cooped up. But that's really the vibe I'm getting, is just feeling cooped and ready to get out. But this also could be on an emotional level. It could be that somebody who's, you know, been kind of reserved with their emotions lately, but they are, or in the past, but they're ready to let them all out. Maybe if this is a family scenario, maybe it's a family who doesn't typically like to share their emotions very well, or they don't, you know, communicate the best. They don't share their feelings with each other. But this card is saying that it's okay to do so. And maybe you are going to do that this week, or maybe somebody, you know, is just going to come out of the blue and just start, you know, closing up those frayed ends in the family, perhaps. Or maybe that needs to be you. Maybe it's time for you to emerge out and tie up some loose ends, let those emotions out, because you'll feel so much better. Like, look at this. Like, this lady has been holding those emotions in that bottle and just like feeling bitter and not feeling so good. But as soon as she releases them and just like bursts it out, she's gonna feel, you know, youthful again and young. And like, young isn't the word, but it's just that vitality will come back. She won't feel so like crotchety and, you know, sad, because she needs to get those emotions out. She needs to express. Okay, this is kind of funny, but for like health, I'm feeling like, okay, it could also definitely just be a detox. Like, there might be some stuff in you that needs to get out, but as far as stuff that's in you that needs to get out, it could be like some constipation problems, or like bladder problems, or digestive issues going on. So be wary of that this week. Okay. Yeah, take some fiber, some cranberry juice. I don't know, but that's what I'm picking up for that one. Okay, so for love and romance, we have the wisdom card. This is higher wisdom, prayer, and the three of water. And they're both kind of like, they have their hands up here. It's kind of like they're the same girl. I know they have different hair and stuff, but it's kind of depicting the same. So it's kind of like at one point somebody was just like waiting and wishing and hoping and praying for somebody to come, or for there to be some spark of hope, because you've just been like maybe meeting the same guys, or just like putting yourself out there and, you know, like, you know, putting your line out there and you're not getting any bites, and you're just like, oh my gosh, when can I just meet somebody, or when will somebody come along? And now I think you're starting to see the glimpse of hope, and maybe somebody did come in and you're happy, or, you know, either that or you're realizing that you don't need anybody to come in. You're happy just being single, you know. Yeah. So I think there's one point where you're really hoping and wishing and praying for someone to come in and be there with you, but I think you either found that, or you either, you know, are just happy in your situation, or you are realizing that you don't need no man, you don't need no girl, you don't need anybody else but yourself to feel complete. Okay, and normally once you do start feeling that, and you do start feeling complete, is when somebody else starts coming in who can actually help complement you, because you don't need someone else to complete you. Okay, you don't need someone else to bring you into balance. You need to be into balance, and then somebody else who's also in balance will come in, and you guys will create this beautiful, beautiful life together. Okay, for the outcome energy advice for the week, We have the Two of Fire, Decision card, and the Nine of Earth. Okay, so this Nine of Earth is being thankful for what you have. Giving thanks for the things that sustain you. I mean, they're looking at this cow. This could also be finding wisdom in nature as well. But, and this is a really big decision having to be made. So what I'm feeling is that this week you might be having to make some decisions on whether or not you're going to continue doing things your own way, going alone, bottling things in, or are you going to decide to start opening up and allowing other people to come in, other people's opinions to help you, other people's resources. You might be making a decision to do that, but you also might be making the decision to start relying on yourself more, to start realizing that you don't need other people to help you feel balanced. Yes, everybody needs relationships in their lives, but sometimes people can be too reliant on their relationships, and you want to make sure that you're giving and taking equal amounts, because you really do get back what you give, especially in relationships. And that's for some reason really hard for people to grasp, is that if you're looking for a solid, wonderful, equal, balanced relationship, but you aren't being a solid, equal, balanced person, all your relationships are going to go to shit. I mean, I'm just being real with you. You're not, or else they're going to be fake. They're not going to be, deep and loving. They're going to either be somebody's going to feel like they just kind of have to live their life for you, or they have to do all this stuff for you, and, you're not really giving them anything in return, and, they just they're eventually going to stop caring. They're eventually going to be like, yo, look, I've given you all this, and I've done this and that and the other thing for you, and I've, been there for you this whole time that you've called on me, but when I call on you, you're not really there for me, and I can't just keep putting in if I'm not getting back. That could be you, or doing that to somebody, or somebody could be doing that to you. So you just need to make sure that first and foremost you are being balanced within yourself, so that your relationships that you surround yourself with are balanced and healthy relationships that have an equal amount of give and take, and make sure that you really appreciate and show appreciation for any kind of outside help that you do get. I'm really seeing like these people, they have this, when people have their arms up like that in these cards, it just kind of shows me that you're giving gratitude. Okay, this lady is giving pure gratitude, and she's alone. So, I don't know. I really think people need to make sure that they're showing that they're super appreciative of everything that they have, that people, the outside people do for them, the stuff that they already have, the stuff that you've created yourself. Yeah. All right, so let's pick a oracle card to solidify this message and to give us an energy to take with us for the week. This is kind of the focal energy. Kuan Yin, and I love her. I love this card. It's about compassion. It says, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Okay, and that totally ties in with this reading, because it's kind of looking like people have been kind of used and abused, and either you need to get real with yourself and realize if you've been the one that's been using and abusing people, or if people have been using and abusing you. And chances are, if you are a user and an abuser, you are also being used and abused, because like I said, it flows both ways. You will get back what you give. Seriously. I mean, we learned that in physics. Every action has an equal or opposite reaction. Okay? So be careful what you're putting out there, because even if you don't believe in karma, it's not necessarily even karma. It's literal. I mean, it just makes common sense. You know what I mean? How could you expect to have good, wholesome relationships if you're not putting that out there, you know? So be compassionate, appreciate others, make them feel that way. Because everybody is so divine. Everybody is going through their life the way that they're supposed to go through it. You don't have to appreciate every single person in the world, of course. We can't wear ourselves that thin. But, you know, the people that care about you, and the people that show you that they care about you, make sure that you're showing them that in return, you know. And it's kind of like that thing from Bambi, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And it goes with actions, and it goes with relationships. If you get yourself involved, and I'm not talking just romantic, I'm talking all types of relationships, platonic, business, romantic, anything. If you're going to go and embark and get somebody else involved in your life, then you need to make sure that you are ready to be equal for them. Okay? All right. Be compassionate this week. Take that with you. Take that with you for life. Everybody needs more compassion. Okay? But compassion doesn't mean that you know, take shit from people. All right? Just don't invest in the wrong kind of relationships. Invest in relationships that you are willing to be an equal good investment for the other person as well. Okay? All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in this week. If you didn't get a clear, beautiful message out of this, please check out your rising sign and moon sign. Also message me for a personal reading, because I would love to do that for you. All right, Scorpios, have a good week, and I will see you next week.